Sir,
I
I
will.
didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you
I
understand that.
will, however,
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me. I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying.
let me speak to.
I've muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted himself and interrupted me.
Today we have an absolutely crazy court hearing to show you. There's a sovereign citizen who simply refuses to stop talking. Seriously, the guy doesn't even pause for a second. He's in court because he believed ignoring his probation officer was somehow a smart move, which honestly was just inviting problems. Now he's attempting to talk his way out of the situation using a bunch of baseless arguments, but this judge is not entertaining any of it. The judge shuts him down almost instantly, and it's honestly very satisfying to see. Tell me what you think about these sovereign citizens and how courts should handle them. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Let's jump right into it. Fire.
I am required to advise you at all stages of the proceeding that you do have a right to be represented by an attorney, and if you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand that?
I don't think you'd be violating your oath of office, Your Honor, by allowing me to the right to a fighting clause.
Sir, I didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you understand.
I will, however.
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me. The question I asked you is whether you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I do understand I have a right to be represented by an attorney or not. Yes, sir.
Okay. You've previously waived that right. As I said, I have to advise you that at every stage of the hearing. So I have to ask you again, would you like to be represented by an attorney at this point?
As I started to say, Your Honor, I don't want the representation. However, I will use the help of handling paperwork due to my means here and having access to certain things in paperwork. I will use your court-appointed attorneys just to help with some paperwork.
Okay, so you don't have a right to have the public defender's office do your paperwork or handle any of that. You have the right to have them represent you or not represent you. So that is your choice.
Not represent me, that's fine then.
All right. So you've previously been arraigned on the probation violation. Do you know how you want to proceed? So your options are you can plead to it if you want, which means you'd be admitting guilt. The other option is that I can set it for a hearing and we can have a hearing on the matter, and then I'll decide based on the evidence submitted at that hearing.
Your Honor, all due respect, I wish, are you working under oath of office today, sir?
Sir, I'm not going to answer these questions or deal with this. We've dealt with you before and your sovereign citizen arguments. I've rejected them all. Sir, do not interrupt me. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I'll take your silence under your oath, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I want the hearing. I want to go to trial. I want to go within the 90 days to a trial or sooner.
All right. So Sierra will need about a 1 hour hearing on a probation violation.
As well as I'd like you to have the arresting officers that arrested me on that day. I would like their sergeant to be dressed in uniform and at that trial on that day as well, please.
These Zoom court hearings are honestly so absurd. This guy keeps speaking over everyone and constantly cutting off the judge like he has no understanding of how the process even works. In my opinion, he should probably be held in contempt because at this stage it just feels completely disrespectful. And what's this about him claiming he needs an attorney just to handle paperwork? I'm pretty sure that's not how any of this works. Lawyers are there to represent you in court, not to guide you step by step through filing documents like a babysitter. I genuinely can't tell if this guy is serious. Does he actually believe what he's saying, or is he just pretending? It's hard to figure out. At first he seems totally clueless, but then he suddenly starts talking about needing a sergeant present at the hearing. It almost feels like he's inventing things as he goes along, or maybe he's following some kind of script. Honestly, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. Maybe he's just attempting to waste everyone's time. I also have no idea how the judge is staying this calm, because if I were in that position, I'd have lost patience already. Eventually, the judge does push back a bit. Let me know whether you think he's acting clueless on purpose or if he truly believes what he's saying, and with that, let's jump right into it. Fire.
All right, I think it will go more smoothly if you are here in person, so we will have you in person here from the jail.
All right, exactly what the hearing is going to be on that day?
So you've been charged with a violation of the terms of your probation.
Yeah.
For failing to report. So the hearing is going to be to determine whether or not you failed to report.
Okay, so it's going to be the trial that day.
Correct.
Okay, can I have the state police sergeant there at that trial?
What state police sergeant?
The state police sergeant of the arresting officers on the night of my arrest.
Who are the arresting officers?
I don't remember the exact names, but any state police sergeant in uniform would do.
Why do you want any state police sergeant to be present at the trial?
Just to show how arrests are made, and why they're made, and how they do the determination, how they bring people into jail.
Well, how is any of that relevant to whether or not you violated the terms of probation?
I believe there's a lot of relevancy there. I don't see where any of it's going to affect the courts in any way, shape, or form.
All right. So the issue that the court is going to determine has nothing to do with things that happened during your arrest. The issue is whether or not.
No, it's not about the arrest. It's about the arrest for the violation of probation as well.
All right. The only issue before the court that day is going to be whether or not you reported. So your arrest doesn't have any relevancy to that. So I'm not going to.
I beg to differ, Your Honor. I beg to differ because the jury is going to be a jury of my peers, and at this time,
sir,
you're not going to have a jury of my peers.
Sir, there's not going to be any jury. You're not entitled to a jury trial on a hearing about violating your probation.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm pretty sure that last time I spoke to you, you said that I had the right to a jury trial for determining if I was guilty for a violation of probation.
I've never seen you on this violation of probation.
I've seen you, or I've seen you just the other day, last week.
No, you didn't. A different judge conducted that hearing.
You're Michael Olsaver, aren't you? There was Dan Sloan, and then there was you. I've seen both.
You did not see me last week.
I did.
And so you're not entitled to a jury trial on a probation violation. So again, we will have you back in person on.
Well, hold up then. So if I'm not entitled to a trial to determine if I'm guilty or not, this is a criminal court, isn't it?
It's a criminal court where you have already pled guilty to a felony and been placed on probation.
Because I was at risk of dying in this.
I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying. Mr. Matson, I was saying that this is a criminal court wherein you have pled guilty to possessing a controlled substance, and you were placed on probation. As a result of that, your sentence was to be placed on probation. Subsequent to being sentenced to probation, there was an allegation that you failed to report in accordance with the terms of your probation. That is an alleged violation of probation. There's no right to a jury trial for a violation of probation, so the court will conduct. Let
me speak to.
I muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted himself and interrupted me. We will have you back on April 8th at 3:30, Mr. Matson. This hearing is concluded.
Let me know if you'd like to see the second part of this hearing, because somehow it becomes even more unbelievable. For some reason, he keeps insisting that a sergeant must be present at his next appearance, and honestly, it makes no sense to me. It almost feels like he just wants an extra audience member to watch him act absurd. The upcoming hearing is strictly about his probation, it has nothing to do with his arrest, so there's really no valid reason for a sergeant to attend. And he wasn't even requesting a specific officer from that department, he was asking for a state sergeant. I truly don't understand this guy. He comes across as a complete joke. In my opinion, sovereign citizens like him should be held in contempt more frequently and possibly fined for wasting the court's time. It feels like they don't take the judge seriously at all, and it's frustrating to watch. The way some of them constantly interrupt and refuse to follow courtroom procedures makes the legal system appear weak. Judges shouldn't have to put up with this kind of behavior, yet here we are in 2025. Personally, I think Zoom hearings only make situations like this worse, especially when dealing with sovereign citizens or individuals who may be mentally unstable. In cases like these, in-person hearings should probably be mandatory. Being physically present tends to create more structure and accountability. Over Zoom, there's barely any control, and it's easier for someone to turn the proceeding into a spectacle. Anyway, thank you all for watching, I'm going to wrap this up here. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this hearing. I found this guy a bit unusual, not the most extreme sovereign citizen we've seen, but definitely somewhat off. Drop your opinion in the comments. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.